sudden Betty pops up in the middle of the creek. She's flailing her arms on her back, looks like a Johnny Weissmuller backstroke, going downstream as fast as the stream will take her. The guys from the beer joints are running down the bank, laughing, hollering, can't catch up with her. She gets down to the place that goes under what's now 140 tunnel, you know, water thing, and there's a whirlpool, and she's going around and around this whirlpool, and finally she shoots through that thing and comes out the other end. She comes climbing out and says, "Hallelujah, I've been washed clean of my sins."
Look at Beulah. And Beulah was just had her nose down in that dirt. You know, just barking and growling and straining at the leash. And Grandpa got a glint in his eye and said, "Rick, she can still smell that thing from 60, or maybe 70 years ago." He reached down and unhooked that leash from that hand tool collar that he'd made for that dog, and off she went. You should have seen her go lickety-split right across through that dirt, up over the sill at the far end, across that barn lot, slid under a slat fence over there into the next pasture. Crawl a little bit further, and y'all know, being a storyteller, I could not help it. It was just too good to not do this. As we crawled, we rested. I put my hands over my mouth, and I went, it sounded better at that time. My throat's so clogged up today. Now, the two guys in front of me know what it is. Now, them two guys behind me, they don't. They said, "We need to get out of here."
The man, 6 inches tall, dressed in a British major's uniform, sipping the tiniest little martini you've ever seen. And naturally, he went like that, and the bartender, noticing his consternation, walks over and he said, "Oh, you haven't met a major yet?" No, I don't believe I have. The bartender leans over the bar and says, "Hey, Major, tell him about the time you called the witch doctor a bloody fool."
And so he pulled up this side street, you know, full at night. I said, "Let's get this thing up, get done with this. Something's in there. Rip! And so right in our face. And so we got that thing up and flipped that top up. And I looked at him, his face was white as it could be. I looked down there, and so help me, there was 4 big rolls of wrapping paper.
Burglary, political cartoonist Mike Lester said some liberal-minded nincompoop broke into his apartment and took every one of his last 50 drawings. Police are searching for a motive. But at the moment, according to Lester, details are sketchy.
We get to a dirt road. And about 6 years before, they had closed down this bridge that was about to go out. And I'm like, "I've got to do this. I've got to do it." He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm jumping it." I said, "No, I'm jumping it." So I ford. This guy's screaming, "Oh my God, we're gonna die!" We get to the edge of this bridge, and we start flying, and I swear I hear Dukes of Hazzard horn in the background in my head while we're doing this. He's still screaming. I'm just enjoying it and smiling as big as I can until we got to the other side.
I said, while the grave diggers were at lunch, a puppy had fallen into the grave, and y'all, it was stuck between the side of that grave and that box, and it was just falling. And she said, "Did y'all get him out?" Catherine, I had on a 3-piece suit. It was muddy. I said, I couldn't. I said, "We just buried him with the man." Color left her. So then I told her, I said, "No, Catherine, we got the puppy out." And y'all, that's a true story.
What was holding the coffin, they gave way, and that casket started to roll. That old house was, you know, the floors was going one way, and that casket rolled up against the wall, and those suspenders came loose. Aunt sets And I said, if you gonna set up, I think I'm in.